Good morning and welcome back to Global Entertainment News TV. I am your host Bisola, and it is time to take a look at what is making headlines this morning on our newspaper review. Let's start with the Punch. Emergency rule: winners, losers as Tinubu reinstates Fubara. Emergency rule: winners, losers as Tinubu reinstates Fubara. Moving on to next. Federal government, states, local government shared 2.2 trillion naira August revenue, says FAC. Federal government, states, local government shared 2.2 trillion naira August revenue, says FAC. Up to next. Cash transfer: federal government pays 330 billion naira to 8.1 million households. Cash transfer: federal government pays 330 billion naira to 8.1 million households. To next headline. UK-Nigeria bilateral trade hits 116 trillion naira, says British envoy. UK-Nigeria bilateral trade hits 16 trillion naira, says British envoy. To next one. SSCE: NECO probes mass cheating in 13 states. SSCE: NECO probes mass cheating in 13 states. Up to next. Thousands protest in London over Trump UK visit. Thousands protest in London over Trump UK visit. Moving on to next. Federal government returns history to basic school curriculum. Federal government returns history to basic school curriculum. Up to next. 7 victims confirmed killed in Lagos building fire. 7 victims confirmed killed in Lagos building fire. To next headline. Federal government votes 300 billion naira to power teaching hospitals, universities. Federal government votes 300 billion naira to power teaching hospitals, universities. That's it for the Punch. Move to the Vanguard. Excitement as Tinubu ends emergency rules in rivers. Excitement as Tinubu ends emergency rules in rivers. Moving on to next. Federal government pays out 330 billion naira cash transfer to poor Nigerians, says Edo. Federal government pays out 330 billion naira cash transfers to poor Nigerians, says Edo. To next headline. 4 states worst hit by ozone layer radiation. 4 states worst hit by ozone layer radiation. To the next one. NECO 2025. Kano tops national performance charts. NECO 2025. Kano tops national performance charts. To the next one. We stand by our statement on Dapman, says Dangote Refineries. We stand by our statement on Dapman, says Dangote Refineries. To the next headline. Aviation: Nigerian to receive first dry lease after almost 20 years, says Kayemo. Aviation: Nigerian to receive first dry lease after almost 20 years, says Kayemo. Up to next. 60.26% of candidates scores credit passes in English, mathematics. 60.26% of candidates scores credit pass in English, mathematics. Moving on to next. ACF fought unopposed APC ticket for Tinubu. ACF fought unopposed APC ticket for Tinubu. Up to next. Anti-Trump protest rock London over president's visit. Anti-Trump protest rock London over president's visit. To the next headline. Nigerians, UK, 16 trillion naira current trade value, highest ever, says High Commissioner. Nigeria, UK, 16 trillion naira current trade value, highest ever, says High Commissioner. That's it for the Vanguard. Move to the Daily Independent. APC accused Atiku Abubakar of instigating revolution in Nigeria. APC accuses Atiku Abubakar of instigating revolution in Nigeria. Moving on to next. Stabilized rivers can serve as national good governance model, says Ibas. Stabilized rivers can serve as national good governance model, says Ibas. Up to next. We are battling deadly Lassa fever surge in 4 states, NCDC reveals. We are battling deadly Lassa fever surge in 4 states, NCDC review. To the next headline. Dangote Refinery delivers first petrol shipment to US markets. Dangote Refinery delivers first petrol shipment to US markets. Moving on to next. Reforms in oil, gas sectors have delivered FDPs worth $18 billion, says NUPRC. Reforms in oil, gas sectors have delivered FDPs worth $18 billion, says NUPRC. To the next headline. 17 directors fail permanent secretary selection exam. 17 directors fail permanent secretary selection exam. To the next headline. Harmonized identity system will strengthen governance, unlock opportunities, says Tinubu. Harmonized identity system will strengthen governance, unlock opportunities, says Tinubu. To the next one. Federal government to simplify land-related transactions to boost food security. Federal government simplify land-related transactions to boost food security. To the next one. Lagos positioned to drive Tinubu's $1 trillion economic vision. Lagos positioned to drive Tinubu's $1 trillion economic vision. That's it for the Daily Independent. We move to the Guardian. Doubts, uncertainties in rivers, power tussles as Fubara's returns. Doubts, uncertainty in rivers, power tussle as Fubara's returns. Moving on to next. Dapman, Dangote bicker over diversion allegation, 1.5 trillion naira subsidy demands. Dapman, Dangote bicker over diversion allegation, 1.5 trillion naira subsidy demands. Up to next. Ondo poll, Supreme Court dismisses appeal against Ayedatiwa victory. Ondo poll, Supreme Court dismisses appeal against Ayedatiwa's victory. Up to next. World Patient Safety Day, LASG bemoans wastage in healthcare delivery. World Patient Safety Day, LASG bemoans wastage in healthcare delivery. To the next headline. Federal government says 330 billion naira disbursed in cash transfers to poor households. Federal government says 3.30 billion naira disbursed in cash transfers to poor households. Up to next. Over 60% of candidates pass 2025 SSCE with 5 credits above. Over 60% of candidates pass 2025 SSCE with 5 credits and above. Moving on to next. Trader counts losses as UBA, FIRS more staff loss in Lagos fire. Traders count losses as UBA, FIRS more staff loss in Lagos fire. To the next headline. NECA urged strategic monetary policy, casing as IMPI project 17 inflation by year end. NECA urged strategic monetary policy, casing as IMPI project 70% inflation by year end. Up to next. Anaba Goba, play by rules on Eze tells Soludo Ukachukwu Ekunife. Anambra Goba, play by rules on Eze tells Soludo Ukachukwu Ekunife. And that's it for our newspaper review segment. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to join us again tomorrow, same time, same station. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more news and updates on Global Entertainment News TV. Once again, I've been your host, Priscilla, and have a wonderful day.